And hello fellow tankers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. And today we are in the M103 on map South Coast, rain, spawning on the north side. No artillery in the game, which is absolutely fantastic. Tier 10 game though, so we gotta be a little bit cautious when engaging the enemy. We need to play a little bit as a support tank. We cannot be up front and personal with tier 10s because you know how that engagement would go. So initially, and I don't know how much you guys know about map South Coast. This map's been in rotation for a long time. It's quite tactical map if you know how to play it. Usually I try to play on this map very passive because whoever has control of the center of the map, as you can see this light tank, red light tank yellow there in the middle at location, what is it, E6, E7, somewhere over there. If the opposition takes that location and they also have presence at F6, it basically gives them control of the map. So you have to play it really passive at that point. And you will see what happens in this game and how things develop. It's actually not a very high damage game per se, guys. It's more of a tactical game. This game actually has been sitting on my hard drive for a while and I completely forgot about it. I've had it for quite a bit and I wanted to post it a while ago, but I don't know, for whatever reason I haven't. But I think it's a very good game to show from a tactical perspective and how to play in this situation and how to support your team in this situation. So as you can see, we kind of are stuck in a quadrant, in the top right quadrant of the map. Red team has entire control of the map pretty much. They have control of 1-2 lanes. They have control in the middle, F5, F6. They also have control of the bottom right quadrant of the map as well. So it leaves me really no options but to operate from this location here and play it really passive. So the only thing I'm worried about is I'm hoping that my team is not going to push the 0-9 lines, because if they do, the problem with those positions is that if you have someone in the middle, like you have this Cranvan there at position E7, it basically puts all of our tanks in crossfire situation. So I'm hoping they're not going to push, because if they do, they're going to get picked apart. Now, all I can do if they actually get into pushing the 0 line is support them somehow. So again, I'm playing it really patiently here. There is absolutely no point for me to moving any further at this point in time, because there are red tanks all the way around. Like, there's no way that I can move from this position. That Cranvan over there is the X factor. This guy is just in a very good position, very advantageous position. This guy there basically is going to pick our team apart, and I know it. So what I'm going to try to do now is to be a little pest to him. I'm just going to check first here. I'm worried a little bit here at the position F6. Earlier in the game, Lorraine 40 ton was spotted in that location, so I'm really worried that he's still there. So last thing I want is get under his gun, because if I do, he can just take me out here. But he doesn't seem to be there, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to distract this Cranvan. He's hull down, there's no way I can penetrate him. So I was trying to just get his attention so that he doesn't pay attention to my team that's pushing the 0 line. But unfortunately, the Reds had base campers at K8, so I got shot from there, as well as J Panther is still sitting on top of that little hill there at G7 or F7. So that's problematic. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to hide into this pocket here so that I'm not visible, yet I want to stay here and take that J Panther 2 out. We just need to make sure we clear the middle so that no one's shooting at us from there. And once we take him out of the game, well, we'll leave him on a little bit of health, low roll as usual in this game. But yeah, I think my support was very unsuccessful. I couldn't really do much. And those two guys there that are in the middle, they are not paying attention completely to the Cranvan, and Cranvan is going to pick them apart. So at this point in time, I really need to think about my exit. And the only exit strategy that I had here was to come back where I came from, basically. That would be the safest thing to do. But until my friendlies are still alive, I'm gonna try to stay here and support and see if I can get a few shots of damage here and there. Again, I'm worried about this Lorraine. I have no shots at the Kranvan. Lorraine just disappeared. I'm not sure where he is. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang around here for a little bit. If Kranvan shows up, hopefully I can get shots at him, but he's playing it smart. He chose completely different positions, so I don't really have shots at him. I see this Lorraine passing through, and that's where he is. He came around, and yeah, he's gonna engage our medium tank over there, I think. And also Death Star was in the background there as well, so I already see that there's no success there. There's nothing that we'll be able to do. Our heavy tank was taken out. Our medium tank now has been taken out as well. So we're basically failed on this side of the map. And that's what happens, guys. On this side of the map, if your team tries to push, like I mentioned earlier, if the opposition team has control over sectors, you know, F6, E7, that area, if they have control of the middle of the map, there's absolutely nothing you can do here. Because if you continue pushing, then you're gonna get picked apart. So what I did here, I'm the only one holding this flank now, so what I did was I dropped back into more favorable position where I can kind of stay hold down and see who's coming at me next. So I spot this Lorraine and we're gonna try to take a shot at him. Do we have a shot at him? Yes, we do. We aim it up and the shell goes wide, unfortunately. But we have to scoot back quickly because we know there was a Death Star there. So last thing we want is be taken out of the game at this point in time. So we're gonna back off. And we saw a couple of shots coming through. Probably one was from Lorraine and the other one was from the Death Star. Here, we get spotted. So we want nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Again, you saw two shots coming through. So that was Lorraine probably shooting. So at this point, since I know that I'm outspotted, there's no way I can do anything here. Because that position is no longer effective. I'm outspotted, the position is no longer effective. So I'm kind of worried in this situation here because I have Death Star coming at me, I have Lorraine 40 ton as well as Kranvan, a lot of firepower heading my way. So basically what I'm trying to do here right now is drop into the more favorable position so I can spot both sides of the road, so I can spot here if there's anybody coming as well as on the left side. Now at this point in time I knew that we have a tank destroyer in the base, but what I did not know is that our tank destroyer is AFK. He was actually AFK, so he wasn't doing anything. But I was suspecting at this point in time that he was AFK because he was kind of sitting at the flag and not moving. But here you can see me pointing my gun in one direction and looking in the other. That's basically trying to make sure that I'm covering both sides of the map. So here I kind of aim at the Lorraine, I take him out of the game, he puts a shell into me, and then I spot this Death Star on my right side. So I don't even want to close to him at this point in time. I don't want to engage him. I know there's Kranvan over there, so they have two tanks versus myself. So the only thing I can do here is run, guys. What am I doing? Running. Why am I running? Because I don't want to throw my tank away. Remember what I told you guys about throwing tanks away? You don't do that. You don't do that because your gun counts. Doesn't matter how many HP you have, your gun counts until the end of the game. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So at this point in time, both Kranvan and Death Star pushed up. They took out our tank destroyer, so he's gone out of the game now. So I have only one thing in mind now. I need to get out of this spot. I need to get lost. I need to put myself somewhere in a position where they wouldn't expect where I would be, right? So I had a feeling that the Death Star is going to come hunting after me. I didn't know whether Kranvan is going to do the same thing or not, but I was expecting him to do the same. So at this point I was thinking just scoot through the middle, because they will be probably chasing me wherever my last position was. So I thought if I go in the middle here, I'm pretty safe. If I don't get spotted here, I was hoping I wouldn't get spotted. I'm not spotted, which is fantastic. So I crossed very easily here. Now, I was thinking about two things here. One thing I could do is I could put myself in a position D6 or E7, somewhere around here on the right side, where I can kind of stay hold down and wait for the Death Star to appear. And that's one thing that crossed my mind. But then I noticed that our tanks at B1 are getting flanked from the other side. And I thought that was actually Cranvan at this point in time. But I see it's a mouse. So I change of plans. I'm not staying in this position anymore. I'm not going to hunt for Death Star. I know he's hunting me. He's trying to catch me. What I'm going to try to do is get together with my tanks. And I mentioned this many times in my videos, guys. When it's the end of the game and it's time to kind of clutch it, you guys have... Oh, there's the Cranvan right there. So our tanks, basically, this is 2v2 over there. So we're going to try to outnumber them. And unfortunately, we lose our heavy tank. But again, what I was trying to say is, at the end of the game, you have to defend in numbers. That's the only chance you have to win the game. So that's what I'm trying to do. And unfortunately, my tank destroyer is being outnumbered right now. It's T-110E3, and he's being pushed by Mouse and Cranvan. I'm assuming Cranvan is on a reload because he's not shooting right now. And E3 takes out the Mouse at this point in time. And you'll see something quite interesting what E3 is doing here, which is absolutely fantastic. He basically uses the lake to his advantage. He's backing into the lake so that the Cranvan can go around him and shoot him in the ass. And that forces Cranvan for his gun. His gun is basically locking up, so he cannot shoot him over there. So I think my decision was pretty good to come back here and help my E3. And we're going to try to engage this Cranvan. Now I mess up this shot and he messes up his shot over here. But we're going to try to poke out from behind the wreck over here and see if we can get another hit at him. Unfortunately, the Death Star shows up from the other side, so that's going to be a problem. But at this point in time, all we want to do is push this Cranvan. Now E3 takes out the Cranvan. What he's going to do is going to hide behind this wreck and basically try to avoid the shot from the Death Star. At the same time, I'm going to try to come out and take the shot at the Death Star. Death Star takes out the E3. Do I have a shot? No, I don't have a shot. So I'm going to try to go and charge Death Star. He's on a reload now, but I get stuck in a wreck. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen here, guys? Am I going to beat his reload? I need to put 2 shells into him. I track him. I back off. He's got a repair kit, so he's charging me. He's charging me. Can I reload in time? Can I reload in time? Come on, gun. Come on, gun. Come on, gun. Come on, gun. I got this. Then I get taken out by Death Star. I beat his damn reload. I beat it. I beat his reload, but I was waiting until my reticle shrinks so I can guarantee the shot in his lower plate. What I should have done, I should have just fired and we would have taken him out of the game, but unfortunately he pulls the trigger before us. If we didn't get stuck in that wreck, then we probably would have killed him easily. But that was kind of overconfidence on my part. I should have been shooting, guys. Very exciting finish, very exciting finish. It was fantastic, fantastic game. E3 player played a fantastic game. He had over 7,000 damage. So, like I said, the game wasn't spectacular from damage perspective, guys, but I thought that tactically I played it really, really well, and I gave my team a chance to win at the end of the game. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out, but what are you gonna do? You win some, you lose some, right? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out CloneGuy72 and Got a Dinghy. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking. Space Bandit checking out.